Here's the top 13 reasons you should not move to the Roanoke Valley.
What? Hey, it's Hal and Chris Collin here with the Collin Realty Group. Thanks so much for stopping by today and check out our latest video. If you found value in this content, please make sure you like and subscribe.
And hey, if you're thinking about buying a home here today, next month, or next year, please reach out to us. Give us the call. We'd be honored to be your realtor.
So if you watched any of our videos, you know how much we love the Roanoke Valley, and we absolutely think it is so amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, we always try to look on the bright side of things, and there's an expression that says, bloom where you're planted. Well, we're planted here, and we are flourishing.
Bloomy. I like it.
But it's not perfect. I mean, just like any other place in the world, there is no perfect city. So it's all in what you're looking for, what resonates with your family, what your needs are.
Yeah, and so depending on what your needs and your desires are, Roanoke may be challenging for you, or it may not be the place for you. And you know what? That's okay. I mean, that's why you can do your research on YouTube, and then you can actually come and visit.
Yeah, yes, I will say a lot of our clients that have the opportunity to come visit, it's a really rewarding experience for them to explore the area. And most all clients say they love it. I love this one. Everybody says, oh my gosh, it's just like you described it. And I'm like, great, thank you. But there's others that it's just not a good fit. We even had one client that the mountains were claustrophobic to them. And I would never have seen that coming. So it was a great thing that they had a chance to come and visit first.
Yeah, exactly. And we've had some folks that actually from across 2,000-3,000 miles, all they've done is watched our videos. We did video tours for homes, and that's the first time they actually visited Roanoke when they purchased their home here, and they love it.
Yes.
No issues whatsoever, and so excited to be here and be a part of this wonderful community.
Yeah, that's a real blessing because almost everyone that's moved here that hasn't seen it first, they really have fallen in love, and that makes me happy. But hey, we're gonna let you go in eyes wide open. We're gonna tell you some of the challenges, maybe some of the cons of Roanoke, so you can see the whole picture.
That's right. So we're going to tell you 13 reasons that Roanoke may not be the place for you, and we're going to start off with number one, which is internet costs, because everybody needs internet nowadays, right? Or you wouldn't be able to watch us.
Yeah, in Roanoke, sometimes you have limited offerings, and maybe only one company to offer you internet access, depending on where you're residing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So if you're in the city of Salem, you're in the city of Roanoke and Roanoke County, you're going to have some options. Once you start getting more rural, you have to be very cautious as far as where you live if you need high-speed internet.
Yeah, and a lot of people are looking for what I call the fringe areas. They want a little bit of land and privacy, but close enough to amenities. Those are some of the areas in those rural areas you may have some internet connection issues.
And I will say there is a broadband initiative like in Franklin County and some of these other outlying counties to make sure that you do have that high-speed internet there in the next year or two. So, so that is in the works for sure.
Let's jump to reason number two, the weather. So if you're not a big fan of all 4 seasons, Roanoke may not be the right place for you.
That's right, absolutely not. I just got back from Orlando where I feel like it's got 4 seasons of summer, right? Like mild, medium, and hot. And I was like, I can't wait to get back to Roanoke because guess what? Low humidity, nice weather.
It was like 57 the next morning.
Yeah, I was like,
oh,
yes,
this is great.
Praise the Lord.
But really, you get a very nice spring and fall. That's the kind of iconic bumper seasons, if you will. But summer can get hot, it can get humid. It's just relatively mild compared to places like Florida.
It's not 5 months of like high humidity, high heat. So, but the good thing about it is we've got the Roanoke River, we've got the James River, we've got places for you to hang out in the water so that you can cool off nice and fine in the summertime.
That's right. And a lot of people ask about our winters, so I just want to slip this in.
Oh yeah.
We do have cold winters, and a lot of times we get more ice than we do snow, but occasionally we get some great snowfall. But like this year, I think we got a ½ an inch at
Not
the
even
most.
that, I don't think. Everybody was like, wah, wah, wah.
It was very depressing.
So,
but
you know. So anyways, we do get some snow every once in a while, and when we do, we have this Hallmark holiday day, so we can actually go out there and enjoy the snow.
Reason number 3 you may not want to move to Roanoke is if you're not able to deal with bugs. Because we have quite the variety of creepy crawlies.
Oh boy.
We have stink bugs, mosquitoes are so annoying. We have gnats, we have ticks, we have What else?
Roaches.
Whoa, I can handle anything but roaches. They're so gross.
Yeah. I'll run away from snakes like a little girl, but I can take care of roaches, and she'll take care of the snakes.
Yeah, I'm fine with snakes. Just no roaches. It's so gross.
Right. Let's go back to bugs, right? So with that, I mean, most of those are harmless, right? Like ticks, you want to make sure you check yourself every time you come out of the yard, as well as the woods, so you don't get Lyme disease or Alpha-Gal syndrome or something like that.
Yeah.
So be careful with those, of course, but there are ways to mitigate those to meet your needs and your family's needs, right?
Yes, like what?
Like natural remedies, right?
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah, and you can also call exterminators.
Yes.
You've actually got some more green exterminators here too. So, we've got options. You can find options online as well to make sure that you are able to take care of those bugs that are prevalent here in the area.
Yeah, and another thing that people do is have screened-in porches. They are lovely inventions. Yes. You'll see them all over the place, and it's a wonderful way to enjoy your entire yard without the worry of bugs and mosquitoes. Now, I will say it's all relative to what you're used to. Like if you're coming from a Charleston or high humidity area in Florida, you're not gonna have the concentration that you're used to, so that's a good thing. But there are some pesky mosquitoes and gnats that are just annoying at different times in the summer.
So reason number 4 that you may not want to move to Roanoke, and we get this question all the time, is the fact that we do have crime, and there are some homeless people around here, which is going to be the case in almost any city that you investigate, I think, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And so I think it's important that you do your research, do your due diligence, and understand what's acceptable for your family. We get calls from people every week looking to escape these crime-ridden cities, and when they move here, they're so pleased with the valley's safety. So it all is relative, right? It's what you're used to, what's acceptable for your family, and just check out those stats. Check out what type of crime too is important.
For instance, last year, we've got a client of ours that is ex-military, and so for his family, he did a ton of research and analysis here in the Roanoke Valley, and he was like, you know what? This is not a bad spot for us. So they moved here. They love where they live, and they love being here as part of the community in the Roanoke Valley,
That's awesome.
So,
reason number 5 Roanoke may not be a great place for you is the public transportation costs. Although they are below national average, which is great, the transportation system itself and infrastructure really doesn't run into the rural areas of Roanoke Valley.
Yeah, so if you're trying to get from Roanoke City out to Botetourt, Bedford County, Franklin County, Craig County, any of those places, you're not going to have luck when it comes to public transportation by any means.
No, and there's a great system, our bus line, Valley Metro, but it just doesn't go to the expanses.
No, it goes to Salem, it goes in Roanoke County, it goes in Roanoke City. So there are options for public transportation, but just not a ton to get you way out into the rural areas that we service.
One of my favorite public transportation options is our little trolley. It's so cute. It's free, you can ride it, and they make a little circle through downtown and South Roanoke area. So that's a lot of fun, and it's very practical for all the healthcare workers that need to commute in that area. But another option, which I love seeing the Roanoke City going towards more so, is create a designated biking lane. So that's great. And you can join the trend to bike to work and to where the areas you need to go.
Absolutely. All right, so reason number 6 here that Roanoke may not be the place for you is because healthcare costs are slightly above the national average here in the Roanoke Valley.
Yeah, and with that being said, you do have Carilion, Lewis Gale, all offering options in a vast network of specialties. So that's great, including a level 1 trauma center. So we've got great healthcare. It's just that the cost is elevated a little bit. So the level of specialists that can be available to you.
That's right. Yeah, and so we've got a lot of people that are moving here as medical professionals to actually enhance what we already have. So, our understanding for talking to folks, especially some of the retirees that are moving here, is that, one of the reasons they are moving here is because they have access to great health care here in the Roanoke Valley.
Yeah, including the VA. So let's not forget
I
that
forgot
one
about
too.
that.
Yeah, a lot of people are looking to be close enough to the VA. And if you haven't seen that campus, it is absolutely gorgeous. The care
it's huge.
I know.
I mean, wow.
The care is great. The campus is great. Along with Carilion, I always see something popping up new. So it's a great place to be if you need medical care. All right, reason number 7 may be a deal breaker because a lot of you love shopping, but unfortunately, Roanoke does not have huge shopping malls and variety that those big cities and metropolitan areas might offer.
Yeah, but we are small business owners ourselves, so we love the fact that we've got a lot of mom and pop, small business owners that have retail options that you can enjoy. And we got some videos on that, especially for downtown Roanoke, right?
I know, yeah. The boutiques that we have are just lovely. They have lots of options. There's a lot of consignment places as well. Upper end consignment, and then just normal, like we take our kids to some of them so we can get some things before they grow out of them. So there are quite a lot of options, but it just doesn't have big city shopping like we're used to. So we do have things like Target, right? We have lots of Walmarts. We have smaller mall locations, and then, like I said, those boutiques are all throughout the valley, so that's nice.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is, like, just coming back from Florida, like I said, it's like when I was down there, they were talking about, yeah, this mall over here used to be amazing and huge and that type of thing, and it's dwindling as well. So, it's like, that's just kind of the trend right now as far as, huge shopping malls kind of going to the wayside, but you've got options online, and then for us, we've got easy access up to like the Richmond area,
yes.
Short Pump, you've got Raleigh, North Carolina. You've got all those places within like 3 to 4 hours. So if you need a larger shopping experience, it's gonna be easy to get there and actually get access to those.
That sounds like a perfect girls' weekend.
Absolutely. The reason number 8 that Roanoke may not be the place for you is gonna be related to flights, because we've got some limited offerings here, as well as a little bit more expensive to fly out of Roanoke proper.
Yeah, but let's talk about convenience, because that's what I want to talk about. I just love the opportunity of being able to fly right out of Roanoke. You're minutes from home instead of the alternative, which is driving to Lynchburg, Greensboro, Charlotte, whatever, to fly out of those places because it tacks on extra time. So I'll pay that additional charge just about every time. But hey, it's all in what you can handle and the frequency of your travel too. I will say that there have been some great growth in our airport and flights offered, so that's nice. But let's talk about another benefit you may not think of at first that you just experienced. What's the benefit of a smaller airport?
Not only is it convenient, so you can get there. If you get there within 2 hours, you're golden, because you're going to get up there. It's going to take you probably 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes max to get through security. So that's awesome, because when I was coming back from Orlando, 45 minutes to an hour just waiting to get up to the security screening point, right? So that was not fun coming back, but I survived. But I love coming in and out of Roanoke because it is super convenient, super easy to get in and out of. So that way you don't have to drive 3 hours home if you get in like at 11 or 12 o'clock at night, right?
Reason number 9 you may not like Roanoke is if you don't like friendly people.
I mean, what?
I don't know. I know that sounds weird, but really we have this culture of Southern hospitality and friendliness. One of our clients from Florida said, even your drivers are friendly. They didn't honk, they let me over, they were so kind. I was like, oh, that's great.
And I just experienced that when I was in Florida, because I was in Orlando. I was driving to and from the convention, to the summit, and they would not let me over. I was like, you see that I had to merge and they would not let me over. I had to like slow down and almost stop on the interstate so I could get on, because they would not get over.
Yeah.
I was so agitated.
One of my favorite things is visiting local shopkeepers, local restaurants, and really just developing this rapport with who's working there. And generally people are happy. I mean, we have a great quality of life. It's a great place to be, and we have neighborhoods that you get this sense of community, like Grand and Wasena, Old Southwest, just to name a few. And yeah, you can run into friendly people just about anywhere.
Yeah, and those particular neighborhoods are like super walkable, so you'll see people out walking, running, biking, and so they're gonna wave at you and they're gonna greet you and smile when you're staying around there. So come on in, take a walk, and see how many people actually wave and smile at you while you're walking around.
Hey, that's a perfect segue into reason number 10 that Roanoke may not be the best fit for you is the walkability factor. Although walkability has been a major focus in Roanoke and it's heading in the right direction, there's still some neighborhoods and other areas that don't have a high walkability factor yet.
Yeah, so when we talk about walkability, it's like we do not have a lot of spots where you can necessarily walk to your grocery store, restaurants, your local homes that you want to go hang out at. You're not going to see that unless you're like in Grandin, Wasena, downtown Roanoke, Old Southwest, those places, and you'll have some of that, but it may not be what you're used to in more metropolitan areas. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And also, of course, as you get out into those more rural areas, you're not going to have that walkability. Now, there are some great neighborhoods with sidewalks and cul-de-sacs, and there's some connectivity there, but you're not going to have, a convenience store or a boutique shop just at the end of the block.
Yeah, and also we got to talk about the greenways though, right?
Yes.
So it's like, we do have greenways, especially in the city and in Salem as well, that, you can go walking along the river and that type of thing. So you can get out and you can walk safely and enjoy your time. But it's not going to be that interconnectivity for amenities per se.
That's true. All right, reason number 11, Roanoke may not be the best spot for you. This one kind of surprised me, and I don't even really understand it. So you may not have a Wawa here. I don't know what a Wawa is. Do you have any clue?
I do know what a Wawa is, and the closest one to Roanoke is actually up in Charlottesville. So we've got one in the general vicinity, but not in Roanoke proper. So, Wawa, they have like order on demand food options. They're like really nice gas stations, cheaper gas, that type of thing. So,
is this like a national thing, or is this?
It is national, yep. I remember seeing them out in Texas too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Some people from the Northeast had mentioned there's no Wawa, and I was like, is that water? What does that mean?
Wawa.
But it sounds like it's close to a Sheetz. We do have Sheetz. So Sheetz is a big convenience store, gas station, and it has made-to-order menu items. Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, and it has made-to-order options. So hey, we have a Sheetz. It's got a lot of similarities, and you can have a wide range of things to eat and drink.
So reason number 12 may come as a surprise to you, but if you are a beach enthusiast, Roanoke may not be the place for you.
Yeah, we're pretty much tucked in here in the mountains. So this is definitely mountain living, and the closest beach is over about 4 hours away. So I usually think about Virginia Beach. We've got the Outer Banks 5 or 6 hours away off of North Carolina. South Carolina has some great beaches. So that's usually where most people head. But hey, remember, Roanoke does have Smith Mountain Lake less than an hour away.
Yeah, depending on where you live in the Roanoke Valley, you're 45 minutes to an hour away to make it to Smith Mountain Lake. And it is an expansive lake. It's super deep, so you can go fishing, you can go wakeboarding, you can go paddle boarding, you can go kayaking, sailing, you name it.
Yes.
Any type of water sport that you're thinking of, you're going to be able to do at Smith Mountain Lake, and that's what a ton of people around here do during the summer.
And I love that more than sand. I'll take the lake over the beach any day, but it is fun to go to the beach every once in a while, isn't it?
It is. We always have one family trip to the beach a year. That's what we try to make happen. So yeah, we do like to go to the beach, but we love to live in the mountains.
So lucky or unlucky, number 13, if you're a professional sports enthusiast, Roanoke may not be the place for you.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you get something on DirecTV so you can watch all your professional sports maybe. Or the good news is we're within 4 hours of some professional teams, right? So you could go up to Washington and you can see football, you can see baseball, you can see hockey there. You can go down to Raleigh, North Carolina and see the Hurricanes play hockey down there. So, you've got an easy trip to see those. And even if you want to stay local and see things live and in person, we've got great colleges at UVA and Virginia Tech that were within a couple of hours easily to see whatever sports you want to see that they play.
And we also have Roanoke College here and Hollins. Love watching basketball games, lacrosse games, things like that. But we have some minor league teams like Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. That's our hockey team. So much fun to watch.
And they just won the President's Cup this year in 2023. Way to go, Rail Yard Dogs.
Yeah. And also Salem Red Sox, which play over at the Salem Civic Center area. And that's a lot of fun. They have a beautiful baseball stadium. It's so much fun to watch. I love that.
Yeah, so we've got those colleges, we've got those semi-professional sports teams, but let's not forget about our high school teams, right? It's like we've got some amazing heritage here when it comes to high school sports. It's like Friday Night Lights is alive and well. We are in the South, so You know, you can catch football games, volleyball games, you name it, you're gonna have options to see high school athletes perform every week.
And they do a great job, and what I like too is that the community really rallies around these high schools, and it's just a great time to come out and see some awesome sports.
Okay, so that wraps up the reasons you may not want to move to Roanoke. However, if you decide you do want to move to Roanoke, please give us a call.
We'd love to help, and we'll see you on the next video.